Okay, very good morning to all. Good morning to all.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. So, last class, okay, we discussed about the various concepts of finding the shortest path with the help of minimum spanning tree. Okay, then followed by the minimum spanning tree concept. So, in this class, we are going to see about the new technique which is used to find out the minimum spanning tree for finding the shortest path. Okay, so in that last class we discussed about the concept of Prim's algorithm. Okay, so the Prim's algorithm is mainly based on the concept of minimum spanning tree, and I gave some the routines. So how to solve the given graph and how it is to be converted into some minimum spanning trees. Okay, and we saw the routines like, for example, let us consider, you can consider any one of the nodes in your given graph as source node, and from the source node you have to find out what are the outgoing edges for the source node, or you have to find out what are all the edges which are connecting from that particular node to some other nodes. Okay, so among the given nodes you have to find out the node which is having the least edge value, and that is to be taken, and the structure is to be first formed. Okay, then followed by you have to take another node, and for the particular node you have to check the node which is having the least edge value which is adjacent to the particular node, and that is to be taken outside, and that is to be added to the already available spanning tree. Okay, so it is the step which is to be followed in the concept of Prim's algorithm. So this can be repeatedly done. Okay, you have to you have did the concept repeatedly in the concept of Prim's algorithm. Okay, so I am audible to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so based on that concept, okay, we discussed in the last class about one of the thing called as the kruskals algorithm. Okay, it is the another version of algorithm, another version of finding the shortest path in a given graph. Okay, so that is called as Prim's algorithm. Okay, so from that we derived and going for another one thing called as kruskals algorithm. Okay, so so where the PPT is visible to all. All.
Yes,
So
sir.
listen. So next one is kruskals algorithm. Okay. So it is the routine. So okay. So the kruskals algorithm is also used to find out the shortest path with the help of a minimum spanning tree. So this is the routine which is shown in the screen. Okay. So you have to visit all the nodes in the given graph, and you have to say, find out the least edge values, and that is to be taken for constructing our tree. Okay, and based on that we are going to do the repeated process. Okay, and at the final stage we are going to get the minimum spanning tree, and the minimum spanning tree edge value is to be counted, and that is to be taken as the cost value of minimum spanning tree of minimum kruskals algorithm what we take in the last class. Okay, so I hope now all of you draw the structure what I told earlier in the class. Okay, it is also shared in our class group also. So all of you take a paper and create a table like this. Okay, so the table consists of first column is step number, then next column is named as least edge value vertices, the next value is edge value, the next value is accepted or rejected. So followed by that, you have to see, we are going to solve the problem now. Okay. So all of you see the problem or the diagram of graph which is given in the screen. Okay. So it is the problem which we are taken to find out the shortest path with the help of the concept of kruskals algorithm. Okay, so I hope all of you hearing my voice. Okay, and you have to reply whenever it is easy to understand for you all. Okay, it says what are the different column names which are framed in your table. Anyone can say, so what are the different column names which are formed in your table?
So step number least edge value versus edge value accepted or rejected.
Okay, ma. Okay. So the step number represents, okay, the okay, the first starting point what you are going. Okay, the next one, the least edge value vertices represents, okay, as I told earlier, in a given graph you have to find out the least edge value. Okay, so as I told earlier, so in the given graph, okay, you are seeing the graph in the screen. So in the given graph the least edge value is 2. I hope all of you accept that one. So the least edge value in the given graph is 2 or 1. Which is the least edge value in the given graph?
1, sir.
1. Okay, very good. Okay, so the least edge value which is shown in the given graph is 1. Okay, so what you are going to do is you have to in the table least edge value vertices. Okay, you are having one column name, no, least edge value vertices. Okay, so in that you have to write the vertices name as A to E. Okay, you have to write A hyphen B. All of you understood? You have to write A hyphen B. Okay. Then in the third column, so in the column of edge value, you have to write the edge value of A to B. Okay, the edge value of A to B. Okay. So in that you have to write the value of edge is 1. Okay, 1 there. Okay, ma? All of you following? Okay. So your step is step number 1. So the least edge value in the given graph is 1. So the least edge value vertices is A, B, and you have to write it in ascending order always. அதாவது நிறைய notes கொடுத்திருக்காங்க அப்படின்னா you have to write in the note, or you have to represent the edge value link in the ascending order value always. Okay, so for example, you have to write A to B. You have to put A hyphen B for the first step. Okay, the next one in the third column for the edge value you have to write it is 1. Okay, you have to write it is 1. Then last column you are having one thing called as accepted or rejected. Okay, you are having one parameter called as accepted or rejected. So what is the thing is, here we are having the some important considerations. Okay, so whenever you are linking the edge A to B, you have to check whether it forms a cycle. ஓகேங்களா? ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இப்போ A to B நம்ம எடுத்திருக்கோம். இந்த A to B நம்ம ஒரு ட்ரீயா டிரா பண்ணோம்னா இல்லை வெளியே எடுத்தோம் அப்படின்னா whether it forms a cycle. Okay, so if it forms a cycle you have to reject the link. Okay, if it forms a cycle you have to reject the link, or if it does not form any cycle you have to accept the link. Okay, so now your first stage is the A to B is the least edge value vertices, that is A to B. So the least edge value is 1. So whether it is accepted or rejected, whether it forms a cycle, A to B now drop பண்ணீங்க cycle form ஆகும் இல்லையா? Where it forms a cycle or not? Okay.
No, sir.
No, it does not forms any cycle. So you have to accept. Okay. So you write accepted. Okay, ma? All of you understood? Okay. You have to write accepted. Then go to next step. That is step number 2. You have to write step number 2. So in the step number 2, you got to see the next least edge value compared to 1. அதாவது already we solved about for the least edge value 1, that is step 1. Then you got to check for the another least edge value. So what is another least edge value here? It is 2. Okay, so the least edge value is 2. The least edge value vertices is, that is D2E. Okay, D2E. Okay, so your step 2 becomes the least edge value vertices is D2E. So the edge value is 2. So now you construct a tree from E to D where it forms a cycle, no, okay, it does not forms a cycle. Okay, so you have to accept it. Okay, you have to accept it. Okay, then you have to write accepted. Okay, ma, all of you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then you got to go for third step. So next you have to find the next least edge value greater than 2. So it is, the link is, the edge value is 3 here. The least edge value vertices is nothing but B to C. Okay, so for the B to C you have to construct a tree. So if you are constructing a tree from B to C, okay, so already B is linked to with A. So from that you have to join B to C. So after joining you have to check whether the B to C forms a cycle or not. Okay, so if the B to C forms a cycle means you have to accept. Okay, ma. So this is not to be accepted. Okay, so now we are in the process of fourth step. Okay, then next one. Next you got to see the another least edge value compared to the already available least edge value 3. So the another least edge value here is 4. So the link between the link which represents the that is does not form So if you're connecting the value from A to C, it forms a cycle, okay? It forms a cycle in the graph. Okay. So you have to leave the value of edge, which is
Sir,
7 from A to C. Okay. Tell me more.
so we couldn't see the screen, sir.
Okay, wait more. So now it is visible. Now we are getting the screen.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Ma'am. So next one is the next least edge value is 7. So the nodes which are connecting the value, A value 7 is nothing but A to C. So here we are connecting the values A to C. Then if you are trying to connect these two things, so it forms a cycle. So you have to reject the edge value. Okay. So you have to write rejected. Okay. So the edge value from A to C is 7. So it is rejected because it forms a cycle. Okay. The next one, you try to solve the last highest edge value, that is 10. Okay. So you got whether the link from A to D, the node link from A to D forms a cycle. So if it forms a cycle, you have to reject that node. So here it forms a cycle, you have to reject your edge value A to D. Okay. So finally, after completing all these steps, okay, all these steps, okay, then you got to take the steps one by one. So first you got to take the step 1. So you got to draw a tree for the least edge value, that is D to E, that is 2. You got to draw a tree for the first stage, that is D to E. The next stage you got to draw a tree for, no, for the first stage you got to draw a tree for A to B. Then next step you got to draw a tree for E to D. Then next step you got to draw a tree for B to C. The next one C to D likewise. So whatever the thing, if you are getting in your conditions accepted, you have to draw only the accepted value for the trees. Then you got to leave the rejected values. Okay. So if you are repeatedly doing this process, then you are going to get the value. Okay, you are going to get the value of the minimum spanning tree for the particular given graph. Okay. Have you understood? So it is the simple step for solving the given graph in a couple of kruskals algorithm. Okay. Okay, ma'am. So based on the routine, we are having some steps. Okay, but it is the simple technique to solve the kruskals algorithm based on the routines. Okay, if you are following these steps, the concept is not violated, but you have to verify it, or you have to check whether your process is going correct or not. Okay, ma'am. Then so I'll take down the graph which is shown in the screen. It is your assessment 2. So from the graph, you have to find out the mid-spanning tree using kruskals algorithm. You have to find out the weight of a minimum spanning tree given for the particular graph using kruskals algorithm. Okay. So I'll take draw the picture and you solve afterwards. Okay, solve afterwards. So you have to take the picture now. And after that, you have to find a solution and give the answers. Okay. So all of it take down. Can you go for next one? Can we go next one? So all of you solve this assessment. Okay. Whenever you're free, then you have to post the okay. Then these are some of the references for the topic of kruskals and Prim's algorithm. Okay, so in this you are going to get some study materials on the concept of Prim's or kruskals algorithm. Okay, so this is okay. So again I'm saying, okay, so now we are going to see one of the new topic, okay, in our syllabus. It is mainly used to store our data in a computer memory with a particular structure, okay, without any collisions. Okay, now so listen, now we are going to see one of the new topic which is mainly used to reduce the collisions while storing your data in a particular place in a computer memory. Okay, so it is very important topic. You are going to get some important questions. Okay, so it comes under the concept of unit 4. Okay, now whether all of you see in the screen, whether the screen is visible to all.
No, sir.
Now whether the screen is visible to all.
No, sir.
I am audible to all. But now is it visible?
No, sir.
Now okay. Okay. Now, okay, share screen now. Where the screen is visible now?
No, sir.
Now, ma.
No, sir.
Sir, screen is visible, but the PPT is not opening.
Now we have to check. Now is visible. My first screen தெரியுதுங்களா?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay, ma. Okay. So here there is one figure which is shown in the screen. So all of you read what is the thing they are given. So it is very interesting topic. Okay. So now consider a statement which is given in the screen, and you got to tell what is the strategy to solve the problem, which is asked in the given thing. So read the problem now. Okay. Whether all of you gone through the statement, what is the thing or what are the different ways to solve these issues? In the சொல்லிக்கிற problem இப்படி solve பண்ணலாம். Okay, so simply listen. What is the problem is, there is a cricket stadium which consists of 10,000 seats. Okay, we are going to allot the seats for different number of peoples. Okay, let us say there are 5,000 people are going to visit the stadium, are going to sit into the stadium. Okay, you are having 10,000 seats. Okay, so let us consider you are going to allot the seats for each and every one of them in a random manner. It means you are going to allot the seats for each and every one person in a random manner. Okay, so listen, now you consider, now you don't consider the online ticket reservation system which is available. இப்போ நமக்கு ஆன்லைன் சிஸ்டம். Okay, I hope all of you know. இப்போ நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம், for example, if you are going to book a ticket in the theater, you are directly opening a screen. So the screen shows some different colors which shows what are the seats available and what are the seats which are already filled. Okay, அப்படிங்கறத காமிக்கும். But in olden days என்ன பண்ணிருப்பாங்க அப்படின்னா, there is no such online system of ticket reservations. Okay, so அப்ப என்ன பண்ணிருப்பாங்கன்னா, they are allocating the seats randomly. Okay, and if they are allocating the seats randomly, then there is some possibility of allotting the seats which one is already allotted to the another person again. அதாவது ஒரு சீட் வந்து யாருக்காவது அலாட் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்கன்னா அந்த சீட்டை வந்து மறுபடியும் அலாட் பண்றதுக்கு சான்ஸ் இருக்கு. ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ ஃபார் ரெடியூசிங் திஸ், ஓகே, ஃபார் ரெடியூசிங் திஸ், இதை குறைக்கிறதுக்காக என்ன பண்ணாங்க அப்படின்னா, there is one strategy is followed. Okay. So the same strategy, okay, அதே strategy எங்க யூஸ் பண்றாங்க, நம்ம கம்ப்யூட்டர் மெமரியில ஸ்டோரேஜ் ஸ்பேஸ் இருக்கு. அந்த ஸ்டோரேஜ் ஸ்பேஸ்ல ஒரு டேட்டா ஆல்ரெடி ஸ்டோர் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னா, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் யூ ஆர் ஹேவிங் 10 blocks. கம்ப்யூட்டர் ஸ்டோரேஜ்ல ஒரு 10 blocks இருக்குன்னு கன்சிடர் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. அந்த 10 blocksல 10 blocks ஆல்ரெடி ஃபில்டுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் 10 blocks ஆல்ரெடி ஃபில்டுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. ஸோ நீங்கள் புது டேட்டாவை உள்ள அந்த 10 blocks உள்ள டேட்டாவை பிளேஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்காக போகிறீங்க, பிளேஸ் பண்ண ட்ரை பண்ணுறீங்க. ஓகே, ஸோ ஆல்ரெடி ஒரு அங்கே வந்து ஸ்பேஸ் கிடையாது, 10 blocks-ம் ஃபில் இருக்குது. இப்போ நீங்கள் டேட்டாவை பிளேஸ் பண்ணுறீங்க அப்படின்னா, ஸோ தட் இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் கொலிஷன். ஓகேங்களா, ஆல்ரெடி இருக்குது டேட்டா வந்து நம்ம மெமரியில் இருக்குது, கம்ப்யூட்டர் மெமரியில் இருக்குது. அதே மெமரியில் உங்கள் டேட்டாவை நீங்கள் பிளேஸ் பண்ண போகிறீங்க. மெமரி ஃப்ரீயாக நீங்கள் பிளேஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். பட் இப்போ நமக்கு மெமரி ஃப்ரீயாக இல்லை. ஸோ அப்படின்னா அங்கே என்ன கண்டிஷன் நடக்கும் அப்படின்னா, தட் இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் கொலிஷன். ஸோ அதை என்ன மீன் பண்ணுறாங்க அப்படின்னா, தட் கண்டிஷன் இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் கொலிஷன். ஸோ அதை அவாய்ட் பண்ணுறது என்ன பண்ணலாம் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக ஒரு ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜி பிளான் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, ஒரு பிரின்சிபல் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. தட் இஸ் த திங் which we are going to see now in data structure, that is called as hashing. Okay, the technique is called as hashing. Okay va? So it is one of the technique to solve the collision in storage of data in a computer memory. ஓகேங்களா, ஒரு டேட்டாவை நீங்கள் கம்ப்யூட்டர் மெமரியில் ஸ்டோர் பண்ணுறீங்க with particular structure. If there is any data which is already available in a computer memory in a particular place, data is a technique which provides the solution to place your data in a computer memory without any collisions. Okay, so that is called as hashing. Okay, so simply என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா, it is a technique to search a particular element among several elements. ஓகேங்களா, it is a technique to search particular element among several elements. So it minimizes number of comparisons while performing search. இங்க எங்க நமக்கு அட்வான்டேஜா இருக்குன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, it reduces the number of comparisons while performing the search operation. ஓகேங்களா, search பண்றப்ப நமக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும். It means it will reduce the time of searching, cost of searching. ஓகேங்களா, okay. So that is the thing which we are going for, the concept called as hashing. Okay. So some of the advantages of hashing is listed in the screen. So first one is it is extremely efficient. So it means whenever you want to access the data, it will provide you the data in a shortest span of time. அதாவது நீங்க டேட்டா சர்ச் பண்றீங்க கம்ப்யூட்டர் மெமரியில் அப்படின்னா, it will give you the data efficiently in a quick short span of time. The next one is it does not depend on total number of elements. Okay, if you are going to search for a particular element, it directly goes and take your element what you are searching based on the concept of keys. It does not visit each and every elements while searching. Okay, so that is to be reduced. The searching operation is simple. The time for searching is to be reduced. The next one is it supports for the time complexity. Okay, so the time complexity of the given representation of hashing is, it is O of 1. Okay, it is O of 1. It shows, it provides the best time complexity among the various asymptotic representations. Okay, so these are some of the advantages while we are going for hashing concept. Okay, all of you are following? Whether all are following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. So it is the mechanism which is followed in concept of hashing. Okay. So first you simply understood, okay, some techniques to solve the problem by means of hashing. Okay. So in the hashing concept, you should know there are some different terminologies. Okay. So first one is called as hash table. Okay. You are a thing called as hash table in the concept of hashing. அதாவது நம்ம ஹேஷிங் கான்செப்ட் பார்க்கறதுக்கு முன்னாடி we are going to see some terms which is used in the concept of hashing. ஓகேங்களா? So இந்த ஹேஷிங்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா we are having one thing called as hash table. So இந்த பிக்சர்ல பாருங்க hash table அப்படின்னா என்னன்னா எப்படி இருக்குன்னா it is like your array. Okay, the hash table is nothing but an array. Okay, simply the hash table is nothing but an array. It starts from 0 to n locations. It holds the locations from 0 to 1. Okay, it holds the locations from 0 to 1. Okay, so it is the concept, it is the thing of hash table. It is the definition of hash table. It is a table which holds some memory locations, and the memory locations are represented like an array from 0 to n. Okay. The next one, in the hashing concept, we are going to use one value that will act as a key for storing your elements in a particular location. Okay. So that is called as key. So here the key value represents, the key value tells the location where you are going to place your values in the hash table. அதாவது அரேல நீங்க எந்த இடத்துல உங்க டேட்டா பிளேஸ் பண்ணனும் அப்படிங்கறத இந்த key value தான் வந்து டிஃபைன் பண்ணும். ஓகேங்களா? So that is the use of key. Okay. So the formula for generating the hash key is nothing but, okay, so all of it take down. The formula is h of k equal to, okay, h of k equal to key mod n. Okay, h of k equal to key mod n. Okay, h of k is equal to key mod n. Okay, so what is meaning for key mod n is, okay, so here the key is nothing but the elements which are given in the concept of hashing. Okay, here the key represents the number of elements which is available in the given key. Okay, so the mod n represents, here the n represents the size of the hash table. Okay, the n represents the size of the hash table. Okay, so the hash function is nothing but the function which is used to provides the hash key for solving its problem. Okay, so see here, see the definition. So it is an array data structure which consists of hash table which is used to store the data items. Okay. So it is based on the concept of hash key value. The data items are inserted into the hash tables. Okay. So the hash key value is a special value which serves as an index for data items for placing each and every data item. So the hash key value provides the location for storing your elements into the new hash table. Okay. Then it indicates whether the data item is to be stored in a hash table in an efficient manner. Okay. Last one is hash key value generated using hash functions. Okay. So these are some of the points you should know before going to the topic deeply. Okay. So see here, from the picture you see understood, it means you are, so it is the operation which is done in real time manner. Okay, அதாவது real time ல எப்படி நம்ம operations நடக்கும் using hash functions அப்படிங்கறது கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. It is for your understanding purpose only. Okay, it is for your understanding purpose only. Okay, for example, you are having some different images which is shown here. So your original input along with the hash function, it will produce the hash value. The hash value gives the code, hash codes, which is used to store your data in a particular place. Okay, so that's the thing which is shown in the previous slide. Okay, So these are some of the techniques, hash key generation techniques for storing your data in a hash table. Okay. So one is division method, another one is mid square method, then another one is truncation method, then last one is random key generation method. Okay, there are some 4 methods which are used to generate the hash keys. Okay. First one is division method, next one is mid square method, next one is truncation method, then last one is random key generation method. Okay. So among the 4 methods, we are using the best method. We are using the method to solve a given problem is nothing but division method. Okay. So the division method provides the easy way of understanding and the easy way of notation of generating the hash keys, and it paves the way for better storage of data items in a particular space. Okay. So up to this we stop. Okay. So we will see the remaining in the next class. Okay. So can anyone summarize what we discussed in this class particularly? Can anyone summarize what we discussed in this class? So can anyone summarize what we discussed in this class?
Sir, we saw about minimum spanning tree method. One of that method is kruskals algorithm, and we saw 2 examples in
Okay,
it and 1 assessment in it. Then we saw about hashing's technique to search particular element among several elements. It minimizes the number of comparisons while searching. And we saw the advantages of hashings. Then hash key value, hash key is equal to key mod n. And we saw hash key generation methods such as division method, mid square method, and truncation method, random key generation method. That's it, sir.
okay, very good. Okay. So these are topics we discussed in class. Okay. So in the next class we are going to discuss about how the hash key is generated with the help of real-time elements. Okay. Next class, then there is laboratory. Yes, laboratory. So due to this, not all do laboratory sessions in particular laboratories. Okay. So we are going to conduct the laboratory classes using the Microsoft Teams. Okay, we have planned to conduct the laboratory sessions using the Microsoft Teams. Okay, so what I'm planning is for every program. So you run the program, okay, you do the programs and you can partner. So you have to take care.